Yo, 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 it's ready to go down. Here we go. Here we go.
Big bro,
My
what's up?
my brother, Conway the machine.
Yes,
Talk to
sir.
me.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, we in the building, man. We ain't
Yeah,
gonna
we
play no
here.
games, man. We ain't gonna play no games. We gonna get to work, man.
Yeah, no question.
And we gonna let them know. We gonna let them know what it's hitting for. Now, you got a new project out. Speak on that.
Yeah, man, Lulu. You know what I'm saying? I got that Lulu shit out, man. You know what I mean? Produced fully by the Alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We linked up and put together, you know what I mean, 7 strong shits. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. For those that don't know who
Yeah.
Conway is and what Buffalo is and the struggle, break that down to them.
Man, Conway the Machine, man. I'm from East Side Buffalo, New York, man. You know, one four for Griselda Records. You know what I'm saying? That's myself, West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, and Derringer. That's how he hold us down on all the beats and shit, do the production and all that. You know what I'm saying? And we just some hometown heroes, man. You know what I'm saying? Street dudes that just family that just put our heads together and what I'm saying, and did something special for our city, and here we are today with it. You know what I'm saying?
How hard was it coming out of Buffalo and just grinding?
It's extra hard. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, I like to think, probably like any other small city or small town, like shit or whatever, like, because we don't have the luxury of having, like, we can't just go downtown and get on the train, go downtown and go pull up at Def Jam and pass a demo out, catch an A&R coming out the building, going to lunch or something, shit like that. So we ain't had that luxury. Like our open mic nights and freestyle ciphers and open mic nights, like we don't have, like, an A&R pulling up or whatever. Like when I was living in Atlanta, like doing them open mic nights and shit, like Jermaine Dupri actually pull up to them shits. A nigga like Dallas Austin, somebody
Yeah,
who could, if they shit, if they feeling you, they want to have a conversation with you.
yeah.
Like we don't really
Mm-hmm.
have that luxury, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a little more tough. Plus it's the hate dynamic. It's like everybody be you know what I mean. It's one of them cities to where, like, you know everybody got that chip on their shoulder, and everybody is like feel like every man for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So no, that type of that hate dynamic, man. Them haters and that crab in a bucket mentality. But it's actually different now, man. Lately it's been shocking to me, man. Buffalo been kind of coming together. We've been holding everybody down, supporting everything. It's a lot of local businesses and you know what I mean, a lot of young entrepreneurs and motherfuckers selling shirts and clothing lines and restaurants and shit now, and everybody actually supporting this shit. So that's major, man. It's turning around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that definitely is major. And like Sheen Gun, somebody said you said four man, you forgot Sheen Gun.
Right, Shago Black, man. Yeah, Shago Black definitely is our fifth man, man. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's our number one guy. You know what I'm saying? That's actually Benny older brother. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? He passed away. Unfortunately, he was murdered a few years back and shit. And everything we do, we try to hold the homie down and make the homie proud. Even our first album released on a major, we named it "What Was Sheen Gonna
Machine
Do?"
Gun do.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm.
it's it's it's, it's it's funny. It seemed kind of simple. Me and Westside laughed about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck. You know how they got the "What Would Jesus Do?" The little bracelets and shit. We just
Yeah,
gonna have what WWCD. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But it's like we really thought about, like, damn, man. Imagine if we be laughing and joking with each other all the time. Like, man, imagine if Shane Gun was alive with all this shit going on, 3 or 4 shit chains on his necks, and you know what I
Yeah,
mean, and
yeah.
living his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was a full fledged bona fide street dude. He was like the muscle. He was the
Mm-hmm.
guy who, you know, niggas ain't fuck with us because they knew they had to deal with him. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
And he wasn't playing. But you know what's important is what I love is the fact that I was a guy that grew up on hip hop, love just love it. And it's like on Be Proud of Me. For those that don't know, check out Be Proud of Me by Conway. That's my favorite song by Conway. You talks about how people just, first of all, you was older. You was rapping and you was older. There's a lot of
yeah,
cats out there that might got some age on them, but they got some
hmm
spit with them. They got some
yeah,
spit. And it was like, you know, people was saying real discouraging stuff to you, like, man, like you
yeah,
tripping, man. Like how was that and how was you able to keep going? Because there's a lot of guys out here that's spitting. You got young cats in you, but you got older cats too. Whereas though people get to a certain age and people start looking at them like, nigga, is you crazy?
yeah.
Like, is you crazy? You think you gonna be this is a young man sport. But for y'all to
Right.
be able to get on the rock, y'all over there with, with Jay and them, and they notice y'all, you know, that's major. But talk about that moment when it was like, damn, did you ever question yourself like, damn, is they right? Am I tripping?
I can honestly say nah. I never see when you know what I mean. You always gonna get that. You know what I'm saying, Wallow? Like you always gonna get niggas who, hate. I mean, naysayers, niggas who, you know what I'm saying, talking. Yo, you ain't gonna man. What you know what I mean? You getting too old, bro. This shit come. You know what I mean? My thing used to be niggas used to be like the kind of beats I'm rapping on, like. They don't want to hear that Wu-Tang shit or Mob Deep shit, bro. They want to, you know what I mean? You got to go on some trap shit, bro. I'm telling you, you got to get you some shit in the club. You got to get, but it's like, it's two things you can do, man. It's either you can listen to that shit and live by it, or you could just follow your own plan, your own moves. And me personally, I never really let that shit get into my head. Like I always would, you know what I'm saying? I always was just super confident. That's the only thing I tell niggas all the time. That's the only thing we did different. We ain't never give up. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was shot in the head and fucked up, couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm on a cane and bullet in my neck and all
How
that
long
shit.
how long
I
you
was
was in the
still going to
hospital?
the studio and
How
doing
long
my
you was in the
thing.
hospital?
I had to go twice because they let me out early and I was still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I was in there probably about, you know, I was in there for a while, but I was at home fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? But I was supposed to go to like physical therapy and all that shit, and I wasn't going. You know what I'm saying? And then my doctor wanted me to have this procedure done that could, fix the nerve damage to make this,
Mm-hmm.
let me get a little bit of movement in this side of my face, like a plastic surgery or some shit. But I dug that shit up. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm good. And I just, I'm saying, like, I just kept it pushing, man. I just kept it. I still didn't think it was over. You know what I'm saying? Like, even it's funny you mentioned that song. Like, even when, like, my baby moms was, getting on me, and she probably ain't mean that shit, probably did. You know what I'm saying? But,
Mm-hmm.
you know how I go when you having a back and forth with your lady or whatever. But even when she said that shit, I still didn't think, like, I never once thought, like, I was too old for it. I understand it's a young man sport, but it's like, you know, look what LeBron doing right now. You
Yeah, but
feel me?
I know it probably was like it's painful coming from somebody that got your child because listen, that's where it come from a lot of times. You might come from homies, but it sting different when it come from a woman telling you,
Nah, indeed, indeed, it definitely do. It definitely do. It's definitely disappointing, and a doubt can creep in your mind, but you can't let it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't let that shit tear me down, but it was like
mm-hmm,
I actually, looking back on it, it's like I actually needed it. You know what I'm saying? I needed that shit for my to fuel my fire. Like you know what, man? Fuck, that's what motherfuckers think of me. Let me turn up, then, Sean. I'm too old. I'm what? You know what I'm saying? I just always look at everything. I look at every challenge as a chance to gain from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I need these challenges, or I'll get bored with. I don't want to get complacent. I want motherfuckers to doubt me and to hate on me, and tell me my shit whack, or nah, I don't rap on them type of beats, or yo, you getting too old, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. No, you ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do
mm-hmm,
everything I say I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. You know what I love? I love the fact that y'all came back to service an audience of people that wasn't being serviced.
Hmm.
I'm talking about I'm talking about it's the age bracket and it's the sound that they're looking for. You know, one thing about me is I grew up listening to the whole everything across the circle of hip hop. Everything from it could be from Ice-T to Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, Ultramagnetic, Brand Nubian. It could
Yeah.
go. It could be MC8, Spice One, Scarface. It was just all common sense. The Mighty RSO. It was just all type of things that I listened to. So when y'all came, it was like, damn, you know what? This is really giving a lot of people hope, and it's motivating people to keep going. They got a certain sound because hip hop is just a bunch of different sounds. Even when you listen to a beat, it's a bunch of different sounds put together. So I'm the type of dude where I might be considered as an older cat that grew up off of hip hop because it was, you know, hip hop was always the soundtrack to the struggle in America to me. It was like it helped us escape the reality of that hardcore struggle of the 80s when shit was really fucked up. But I listen but I'm not the dude to say, oh, they young, they not doing hip hop right, or they not doing. I listen to all that shit. I don't care what you talking about because it's sounds that I'm chasing. I'm chasing sounds. But to see y'all come back, man, it was like, oh shit, because it was like it's so many people that rap in a certain style or format that a lot of people try to count out. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Oh, that's dead. Nobody want to hear that shit. And I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so happy that y'all brung that beat back. Like to now people like, because you gotta understand, it ain't just that y'all brung that beat back. Y'all got on a primetime label, primetime push. Like y'all not just some dudes just rapping on original hip hop type sound. Y'all all over, y'all style, y'all all over, y'all at the fashion show, y'all global with this shit. So y'all like high class, can I say high class underground?
Yeah, that's a good way of explaining it.
Like top 5-star underground shit. Like, but it's really on another level. And it's just so refreshing to see that shit though. Because when I came to Sunny Hall, I mean, when me and you first met, I came to West Side Gun, Rocky Marciano, Sunny Hall, Sony Hall up in New York. And when I looked at the line was just crazy. But when I seen how everybody was in there with the merch on, everybody on there knew lyric for lyric, it was a different crowd because I beat a lot of shows. I interviewed a lot of artists. It was a different crowd. And I was like, I'm seeing cats that's like, you seeing everything, man. You seeing all type of people. And it was talking about everything from the older street dude to the policeman to the transportation worker to the sanitation worker to the cat the older cat that's the manager at the supermarket. Like you see, and it's like, whoa, I know
the
skateboarder. It's like I really don't see these.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not used to seeing these type of people. It's just like it's usually more of a young crowd. So it was like, man, it was just crazy. So how do you feel about that? Did you ever understand or look at that? Like, yo, we servicing, like, how did you understand that?
Yeah. I mean, I was always a fan of this shit first. Like, I'm a fan first, you know what I'm saying? And I like to try to, you know what I mean, do what I do and with the fan in mind, like how they going, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a show or an interview or whatever. Like, I like to see dope shit, a dope show, but I kind of didn't really, you know, understand, like, you know what I mean, the impact that this shit was going to have, man. I always knew. You know what I'm saying? It's weird because I always was confident and knew, like, yeah, nigga, we gonna pop. Our shit gonna pop. We gonna make it. Watch. We're gonna be the illest niggas in the game. Watch. All we need is a shot. I always knew that and always felt like that. But I never knew, like, damn, this magnitude is like, you know, it's kind of groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you know, you could look at, like, see, people try to gauge things now by like statistics, like numbers and shit. Like, and if you look at our shit, like, we're not selling a bunch of records. We don't have, we don't have a big social media presence. Like, you know how like Soulja Boy got on, and a lot of niggas they had millions of followers. You know, Chief Keef had 100 million YouTube views and shit. You know what I mean? His first single. Like, we don't have it. I got like, you know, maybe like 20, 30,000 followers on Twitter. It's just like, I think it was just the way that we um woke the culture back up. And how we did that was we just took everything and that we love as just fans of the culture and put all that shit in the pot. We didn't just try to be a one trick pony. Like you said, like we niggas at the fashion show in Paris on the, you know what I mean, on the
Yeah,
runway
y'all.
in Paris, front row with Virgil.
Yeah,
Niggas
yeah.
are at, you know, in the mountains and shit in Wyoming with
With
Kanye.
yeah.
Sunday service. We had wrestling front row at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We had, you know, MF Doom. We got MF Doom on records. We had, you know what I'm saying, front row at Ghost and Raekwon show. We have a dinner with Raekwon. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We with, you know, Tyler the Creator on West Side album. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's because we put all that shit together in one, like the movies, you know, like even with the Lulu shit, the movies, the art, you know what I'm saying? We big on art, you know what I'm saying? Keeping our shit boutique and very limited, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know what I mean? Not to be giving the playbook away fully, but like that's what, you know, create the frenzy for our shit because it's so limited and you really ain't got a chance to get the motherfucker. So when you, if you got it, you like you know what I'm saying, you one of a 100 people, 300 people that in the world that have it. It becomes a timeless a piece of art. You know what I'm saying? It's just not just a hoodie or a jacket. It's an art piece. You know what I'm saying? It's timeless because it's like what Yeezy was doing when he first started. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will be waiting in line, sleeping in that motherfucker for a week straight, trying to get them Yeezys. You know what I mean? Them little 300 pair worldwide he dropped. It makes it more boutique. It makes it more rare. And make it more of an art piece. And that's what we do with all our shit. We try to keep the quality high and keep it art, but not just keep it one dimensional with just hip hop. It's like, man, we fashion, art, you know what I'm saying? The wrestling, the sports, the NBA shit, the street shit, the jail shit, you know what I'm saying? And then we could go to Sunday service with Kanye. We can go to, you know what I'm saying? And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, fashion, we can go to Paris and be front row at Fashion Week. It's just like, that's what kind of, you know, separate us from like the typical like underground rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And what I
I
love
think
is that
underground rappers do underground rapper shit. They just want to, you know, perform at, you know what I mean? They don't even, I don't know what they do, but we try to do our shit as if the rapping part is like the smallest, you know, this shit like a pie graph,
yeah.
like a pie chart. That's like the smallest, you know, part of it. It's fashion, it's art, it's, you know, other shit that make us up. That's why we call it Fashion Rebels. Griselda by Fashion Rebels. Like we rebels of this shit. We going totally against the grain. Niggas putting out 15, 16 songs on the album. Fuck that. We gonna give them 7. You know what I mean? We gonna name our shit Hitler Wears Hermes. You know what I mean? The
Yeah, that
Devil's
was crazy.
Reject. We're gonna put, you know what I mean, our shit grimiest of all time. We're gonna put Osama bin Laden on the cover. We'll make it an art piece. His face, you know what I mean? Got the paint on his face, and it's actually by a real, like, known artist. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Chris Haven. It's actually an art piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just do what everybody else ain't doing, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do what everybody else doing. I don't want to rap on what everybody else rapping on. I don't want to do features with who everybody doing features with. I don't want to wear the same kind of watches you niggas. I don't want to drive the same. I don't want to be the same because what's gonna separate me from the rest of these niggas? You know what I'm saying? Wow.
And you know what's important is I'm going to take you back to that limited edition merch. Uh, for years, like when I came out of jail, that's how I was surviving. Like when I first came home, I'm eating at the Chinese store every day, but because I'm selling merch, my T-shirts
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
That's all I knew. I be trying to hit these rappers, these artists, to merch, and it's like a lot of dudes they don't. Could you please you ain't got to throw no numbers out there, but could you please? Is merch similar to Dope Money in like the '80s? Like, could you
Yeah,
please?
yeah, it is, man. It is. It's, you know what I'm saying? All this shit. I try to identify all these hustles as like, as the you know, shit, the crack game, nigga, the dope game, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
Mm-hmm.
we sell the merch like we sell, like you would do in the street aspect. You know what I'm saying? Quality. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when you got that quality, the fiend gonna hit
Mm-hmm.
the block coming to see you, walking past all the other niggas who got work. Like, man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see my guy. And I think that's what it is. But the numbers wise is like, man, you know what I mean? But for us, it really ain't even about the money or the numbers. It's really about just doing some fly shit for the culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's all about the art of it. Like the money,
Mm-hmm.
we you know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't used to we ain't, you know, we used to having money and having things in life, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? From other shit we was doing in our course of our life. So we're not really just so, because that's the benefit of being older and more mature. We done grew, we
Yes.
done seen it all, been it all. You know what I'm saying? So like, it ain't about just the money for us. I don't even really. Sometimes, man, I don't care if I don't make nothing back. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it all into the quality and the, what I'm putting and what we putting out. Like, fuck that. We put the money into this shit. We make motherfucking $1,000 back. So what? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool, good. We won because we got some fly shit out there for the culture. That's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
timeless and forever.
Yeah,
You know what
Set
I'm
Free
saying?
on here. Set Free just said, tell him about the art. Set Free on here.
Yeah, oh no, Set
Compound.
Free. That's my big brother, man. Set
Yes, sir.
Free definitely is one of the trailblazers in this and merging this art, hip hop, and all that shit, the culture, and he just it's always super inspirational and to go get up with my brother when I be in New York, and you know what I'm saying, he just a super fly nigga with as far as the art, his brain is just like that's my bro, man. Shout out Set Free. What up, nigga? You in here?
Yeah, he in there. He
He
said
in it?
something.
My boy Set.
Yeah. You know, I had a conversation with this younger cat,
Mhm.
and he was telling me about I ain't got enough people. And I was just explaining to him about nurturing your audience
Yeah,
and supplying your audience. And don't focus on who you ain't got, but focus on who you got. And I told him, I said, man, if you got 1,200 fans, in different places, like I said, that's like a little baby tour. He's like,
yeah.
damn, you tripping. So I
Mhm.
want your advice on the aspect of like, 1,200 fans, that's 120 people per city. That's a lot
Yeah,
of people in a room if you just starting off and you want to build your
yeah,
shit. What's the
yeah.
importance of building your stuff? And could you recall back when y'all was doing them shows and was just not that many people? How long did it take to grow?
Um, it really by our second tour, it was kind of like okay, the rooms was getting bigger. Um, you know what I'm saying? There's more people and shit. But like even that first tour, because like before that first tour, I really hadn't done a lot of shows. You know what I'm saying? I maybe did like a handful of shows before. Like I really wasn't. None of us really. We wasn't doing shows and shit
Mm-hmm.
like that. So even them little, them rooms that was 100, 200. We see, that shit was even like, oh shit, it's giant packed in there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
We hype. But the
yeah,
beauty of it, which we didn't really understand at that. Well, I didn't. I'm sure Westside did because he had it all figured out from the beginning. But it's like, yeah, it might be only 125 niggas, 150, 200. You might have just sold 200 tickets, but these is 200 diehard followers, like fans who fuck with your shit. They want to buy the hat, the T-shirt. They want the CD. You know what I'm saying? They bought the ticket to come to the show. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta, that shit gonna grow because they gonna spread the word. And it's funny. Sometimes I be at shows and I can tell when it's like some newer motherfuckers there, like new fans. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't be, they don't, the fact that they don't be knowing the word for word, it's like they be looking at the rest of the crowd singing that shit, going crazy. And like you said earlier, it's like all different type of people. It ain't just like
yeah,
one particular, type of fan. It's like every aspect. You might got a guy in there who, a lawyer got his shirt unbuttoned. You might got a you know what I'm saying? Next to a nigga who got a bundle in his pocket, trying to get
yeah, yeah,
trying to get Benny to sign his scale. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's all different type of fans, and they be seeing that shit. How it's like crazy. We ain't never had a fight or no crazy, no violence, no nothing at
No, it
one
was
of our
peace.
shows.
It was real
It's
peace.
always love, and that's just like the power of like hip hop, and that confirmed it for me. Like yeah, we doing some dope shit. We doing some dope shit because everybody here is like, you know what I'm saying, is here for this hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I was happy as shit when I was up there at Sony Hall. I'm not going front. I got smoked the fuck out. It was like a smoke fest in there. But it, I seen one of my one of the legends from my childhood, Q-Tip, come through. Talib, all type of people was coming through, just showing
Yeah.
y'all love. Still, everybody
Mhm.
like from Duck Down Square. It was like
Yeah.
from Spiff and West. It was like, yo,
Mhm.
man. It was like it was so much love, and it was like you said. Nobody was on no nut shit.
No.
Everybody was peace. Like you got people
Everybody
like it
pays.
wasn't no you stepped on like it was just
Yeah.
and
Wasn't
when
a
and listen
frown in the house.
and
Ain't
when y'all
going to be
came on
making
that
that kind of music.
yeah
With that content, that's rare.
yeah
You know what I'm saying? Usually when niggas rapping and talking like how we talking, there's
I
gonna be a
was like
couple of stabbings later on that night. You know
no
what I
man
mean?
and just to see people everybody like I'm looking in to see a crowd I'm like hold up is all these people like really got all his merch on. I couldn't believe it. And then, you know, I seen one boys. I ran into these two dudes. They was having a conversation. Man, what happened? Died, man. Oh, all right, here we go. We back on, y'all. Hold up. We coming back. We coming back. Yeah, it's cool. I'm here. Phone down. But
nah,
it was like,
my shit, they kicked me out. You know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
this
This
what
shit was
happened.
getting too spicy for him.
Okay, so what happened was, it was two dudes talking about the pieces. Oh yeah, I bought this from, and I'm like, they talking about the collection of y'all merch, and I was like, but it was like two dudes that really didn't know each other, and they was like, damn, I'm from such and such, because I'm just there, I'm here hustling, just peeping the scene, but the vibe was so real. It was, I'm talking about everybody was in there, man, and it was just like, God damn it.
That's what, you know what I'm saying? Back to what I was saying, like with our shit being so boutique and rare, it's like a nigga have on a Fly Guy hoodie, and that'll connect another dude. You know what I mean? It'll be like another dude with a reject hoodie on, and dudes is connecting and create a conversation and a connecting. Like, oh shit, you fuck with it? Yeah, I bought this. Like you said, I bought this joint. So just having, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got this. You got that? Did you get the? Did you was able to get the Lulu jacket? Did you get? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, that's actually, you know, what we set out to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to make this shit to where this shit just not like another T-shirt you get at a concert or a hoodie. This shit is special, and it means something to the fan, like the CD, like the vinyl do. You know what I mean? Like the music do. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's like, who is it that, because you got a lot of rap influences, and I ain't gonna front. I snapped when Cool G Rap was on West Side last year. I went ballistic when I heard G Rap on it. That was legend. But who is it that past or present that you would just, if you only could do one feature, man, one feature, who would that be?
That's tough, man. Well, thankfully, all the dudes who I would have said first, you know what I'm saying, I already done features with them, like Cool G Rap, you know, Rock Mars, Black Thought, niggas like that. But if I had to just choose one on the rap side, it'll probably be Hove. You know what I'm saying? It'll be Hove, man, for me.
I think that can happen.
Yeah, no, that'll happen.
I think that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I think you'll just slide in there and it's just gonna drop it and just let it off.
Let it off. Cause I would have said Prodigy or like somebody like that, but I already done did Prodigy. Me and Prodigy got an EPs, and we done. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, outside of the whole, maybe like a nigga like Big Pun, rest in peace. Big, rest in peace.
Yes.
But other than that, like I pretty much did records with everybody I want to do records with. On the rapper side now, there's some singers and stuff I want to work with. I'd rather work with the producers. You know what I'm saying? Like I have my set of guys who I feel like I just want to be in a room with for a week or two or whatever and just create like a doctor. I wish I could have caught Dre when he was, you know what I'm saying, in that bag and worked with Dre and Kanye. You know what I'm saying? RZA, he actually, you know, RZA, me and RZA going, you know, God willing, we gonna do some shit. Niggas like that. I'd rather work with the producers because, like, I like to work with, you know what I'm saying, people that can bring the best out of me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I never want to get into a place to where I just feel like I'm that nigga. Like, I'm just super cocky and I'm just like, I feel like I have nothing else to accomplish. I have nothing. I made my best. I'm like, nah, I want to be better. I want it every day, every song, every verse, every album. I want to be better than the last one. I want to grow. I want to learn as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no ceiling on my shit. You know what I'm saying?
All
So
right,
that's
now.
why on the producer side, I'd rather on the producer side than the rapper.
That's great. You ain't say Premier though. I'm surprised you ain't say Premier.
Yeah, because I done did plenty. You know, I did a few joints with Primo. You know, Primo the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, that's my big bro too. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple shits with Primo, but you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna have Primo on my album too. We already talked about it. See, Primo is the type of dude, he ain't emailing you nothing. Ain't none of that, yo, I'm gonna send you a batch. You gotta pull up. And you only can pull up if you're invited. You can't just call him like, yo, I wanna come get in the lab with you, Primo, and cook up. Nah, he'll call you. You don't call Primo.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
that was an honor. What is the best the best advice that Hove ever gave you?
Um, own everything. You know what I'm saying? Own. Make sure you own this shit before it's all over, man. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't even like personally tell me that. Just I got that from just watching. You know what I'm saying? But shit he told me was just like, far as like me, the crying on the stage. I'm gonna just talk about that. Like
Yeah.
when he saw that, you know, when I be doing that shit, I be confused. You know what I'm saying?
Explain.
I be confused. I be like I have to take a moment to just like, gather myself, dog, because I don't be knowing like if I'm like fucking show up. I don't know if I'm looking like a sucker. I don't know if I'm not that I care, but I don't know if I'm. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't be wanting to do that, and I be really like confused or like, man, like, why me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I really can't explain it, but it's like that emotion just always pour out of me like that when I do that song, The Cow. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And like when Hov seen that, he was like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He actually, because I was over there, I was with Flea. And Flea, I was, had my hands on my knees and my hands over my
yeah.
face, and I was like letting it all out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Flea was over there, holding me down like, you good, Lord.
Yeah. Flea a beast.
And then when he tapped me like, yo, the big homie wants you. And I looked up and Ho was, waving me. I was like, come over, come here. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I'm still getting my shit. And he like came over to me and
Mm-hmm.
he just told me like, man, that emotion is what is everything, man. You don't be afraid to let that shit out, man. That shit is amazing to witness. And it's you. It's a part of your story.
Yes.
And it's true. It ain't no cap, nigga. Don't hold that shit back and don't, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I think that was the most important because I now I feel more okay with letting it out if I get to that point of you know what I mean, breaking down on stage and all that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
real
okay with
because
it now.
you know what? It's real when words or your thoughts can evoke emotion like that. That's some real shit going on. Cause I had my moments where I let it go. I'm not trying to be cool to nobody. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
realest, like on some real stuff, the realest people I ever seen in my life, no bullshit, bro. They wasn't even in the streets, man.
yeah.
It ain't had nothing to do with no street shit. It was
Right,
like
right.
the realest people I seen. I had a homie when I was coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a little shit. This when I was a kid, we was doing a little bad shit, getting caught up. So when I started getting arrested when I was young. And one day, man, he just told me, I go to get him. He said, "Wow, that ain't for me. I ain't doing that, man. I'm chilling." And
Yeah,
he never went to jail. And that was the realest shit I ever experienced, like in the street culture, because he was real enough to be real with himself and say, "This shit ain't for me, man."
yeah,
And I think a lot of us want to do that, but a lot of times, as you seen it on your side with the jail shit and all that, and I seen it on my side, a lot of people wait till it's too late to get that thought or to embrace
yeah,
that truth because they
yeah.
like, I don't want you looking at me like crazy, like
You're
I'm a
looking
sucker.
crazy. Yeah, yeah,
Like you just said, I don't want to be crying like they think I'm a sucker. No, man, you being you.
yeah, yeah,
And I think that's the hardest thing for us to do in the inner cities of America. We got this thing where we think a real nigga is about everything.
yeah,
But think about this. A real nigga mean that you're willing to do some shit to somebody that look just like you.
yeah.
That's a real nigga to us.
That's what they put in our mind.
That
Yeah.
yeah, I'll violate you and you'll violate me. That make you real amongst this mindset. It's
Mm-hmm.
not all our people don't think like that, but it's a
Right.
mindset. And
Yeah.
that's fucked up. But you letting them tears out when you
Yeah,
speak in
man.
life, when you're speaking,
Uh,
that's
it's
real.
real, cause just like I was saying, like I'll be like confused, like how the fuck, why me, man? Like why, you know what I'm saying? Like I got, I talk about what I went through, and then I talk about, Machine Gun Black, you know what I'm saying? And I be like, I always thought this, like, Machine Gun got shot one time, you know what I'm saying? And he's not here no more. And I got
Mm-hmm.
shot three times. I got shot in the back of the head, my neck, my shoulder, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I'm still dancing and diddy bopping on stage, and that shit just be
Mm-hmm.
bringing me to tears just to think, like, you know what I mean,
I could have been out of there.
like why me? I could have been out of here. Now I'm on here rocking. Some of the time it be tears of joy. Like, damn, dog, I done been shot down there dead, laying on in ICU, and you know what I'm saying, and the world I was paralyzed. You know what I'm saying? I just right, just start having to walk again. But just going from that and being on, dog, is like, like you said, it ain't coming from Buffalo, all that other story, like coming from a place where nobody ever popped, you know what I'm saying, and none of that. Like, it's like God is the greatest, and I should be, and I should be pouring down on that song. I can't hold that shit back. That shit
Yeah.
real shit. I miss my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate looking at my face. I hate looking at this shit sometimes. Wallo, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
Uh-huh.
be hating this shit, dog. Like, I wish, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like, who want to say who want to be shot? Like, I
Yeah.
don't, you know what I mean? I didn't ask to be shot in the head. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like, I wish my shit was, I didn't have that wrong with me, like the Bell's palsy or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't let the shit defeat me. You know what I'm saying? And, I hope I inspire motherfuckers in that, you know what I'm saying, aspect. Like, man, you go through some shit that could probably, and I'm just like, I ain't no different from everybody else, bro. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
want to leave a house. I ain't want to do nothing. I ain't want nobody to see me like this, dog.
Yeah.
Not even my son. Like, I ain't want nobody to see my shit like this, bro. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I just never, ever, I shook that shit off, and then I just didn't let it, hinder me and defeat me and shit. And I just, man, made some shit shape, man, and made history for my city. So that all come out of me when I'm performing the crowd.
Yeah.
So when I was even for Hove to even be able to see that is just you know what I mean,
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
in itself. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? I be doing that shit at a lot of shit. I didn't do that shit just because Hove there. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, like, I didn't even know he was gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So for that to happen like that and to say that, like, I take that shit. I'm gonna take that shit with me to the grave. Like, every time I do a show or perform or whatever, go everywhere, man. I'm not gonna be afraid to hold my story back, hold my testimony back. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can, brother, and you got to understand this, man. Like your truth is going to take you places you can't imagine. Like you somewhere now, but you can't even imagine when you're going at. Uh,
Yeah,
a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like you've been shot. I've been to prison. It's like it's this journey that we got to go through in order to get where we going. But like I tell people all the time, you not what you've been through, and I
right.
had to realize that myself because when you sitting there, you going off a look, you going off a vibe, off of oh this is that and that. You going off of all this, and you saying to yourself, I ain't this. I look like this. I look like
Yeah,
you
right.
not you. It's bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that. And sometimes this shit we go through is like a wake up call. Like,
Mhm.
come on, man. You
Mhm.
and that transparency that you got, oh man, that is something spectacular. And that's something that a lot of people wish that they had, that they could just be true to themselves, that they could speak their truth and
Right.
just be
Right.
them. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like one of the realest things that I ever realized for myself was realizing that I wasn't I wasn't that person that was out there
Got
doing the
my
dumb
phone
shit.
bugging.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was everything. And that's when my life changed. And I know when you was laying in that bed, it changed your life for the better.
Yeah.
Uh, somebody said in the comments, and I'm gonna repeat this: pain is beautiful.
Mhm.
Me and you personify pain through our journeys.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like for us to be able to be out here and be able to make moves and help people every day, through your music, through my words, through social media.
Right.
That's amazing, and we got so much more to do. Now I want to tap into something. Jail, prison.
Mhm. We get another shot, bro.
Give me a story from the cell, man. You got to give me a story from the cell, some crazy
I
shit.
yeah,
Ain't nothing crazy,
all right,
but something that when you went there, you was like, oh, what the?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I had it pretty easy. I ain't really see nothing. I ain't really had nothing too crazy. My time was pretty smooth, man. I smoked weed and played spades my whole little time, man. I did. I was good, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause niggas knew who I was, and you know what I'm saying. Like why, like, man, when you go in
No,
there,
but you know what's
you
crazy?
move a certain way, you get treated
Yeah,
with respect. That's all.
but yeah. One thing about prison is like I respect it. Like that shit is real. You respect
Yeah,
everybody. The respect
yeah.
level is at its all time high.
I
But
had an all time high
you
in
know
the
what's
jail.
crazy about prison? And it's some funny shit. But when I came home from jail, I was down the way, and one of my homegirls cussed me out because all the time I did in jail, I never learned how to play spades. I don't even know how to. I never learned that. I used to play checkers with the old heads. I ain't even play chess.
Right. No,
The old heads,
word.
you know that big ass checkerboard the old heads be having?
Right.
The checkerboard, that shit like the size of Earth. Got like
Right.
that was the thing. The double jumps the back. I never learned how to play spades. And I was like, people was like, nigga, how you been in jail and you don't know how to play spades? I was like, yo, I just did. I just didn't know. Now, there's one thing I want to ask you, and it's be proud of me, right? Tell me you got that on cue. Do you got that on cue over there, man?
Yeah, I got it on
You got to
cue,
get that to the people. You got to spit that to the. If you don't do nothing for me, man, can you please spit that for the people
Let me
so they
see if
can
I can pull that up,
so they
man.
can hear that, man. They gotta listen. They gotta hear that, man. They got
Yeah,
to hear
that's
that,
that.
man.
That's that. That's that. That's one of them ones too that
That's my
kind of brought
favorite
me to
song,
a
man.
little tear. And, you know what I mean?
And it's like we got to give y'all a Conway show right here, right there. Give it to
Yeah.
him. Give it to him. Go ahead. Go ahead. Spit that.
You told me you was down for me. I just wanted you to
You
be
to be
proud
proud.
of me. Why these niggas always looking for me to own something? Why do you always thinking that I own something? Why niggas keep looking for a handout? And you'll be dying to help this shit pan out. I was just like you, nigga, I was hurting. Only thing I did differently was put the work in. I don't know why you feeling so entitled. When I ain't had no money to eat, I couldn't find you. And they always remind you, because you asked for a favor and I declined you. That shit is weak, nigga. You ain't got my number in weeks, nigga. Everybody's food. I gotta eat, nigga. When the last time you called to see if niggas is good, if niggas ate. That fake love shit I hate. That kind of shit I can't relate. All you do is hate. I thought you was
You was
proud
proud
of
of
me.
me.
Black Thought, what up, nigga?
Like thought. Listen, man. That's that shit right there.
So when you was
You was
down
down
for
for
me,
me.
I just wanted you to
You
be
to be
proud of
proud
me.
of me. Here go the verse right here. Here you go. It get deep. It get deep.
Deep down, I know you care for me. But mentally, I needed you there for me. You ain't got that much love for me, apparently. You talk down on me in front of my son and embarrass me. Yeah, I still remember what you said. Nigga, you almost all that rapping shit is dead. You need to go and find you a job and get you some bread. Ain't you tired of being broke and sleeping at dread? I let it go out of my head. Wanted to quit, but I went harder instead. Fast forward a year, now I'm hot in the street. I got my deal and came through with red bottoms for your feet. Made sure you was good first. Left racks on the table. For all the times I wasn't able. I ain't throwing it in your face and trying to play you. Cause truth be told, you probably did more for me. I can never repay you, but I thought you was proud of me. I just wanted you to be proud of me.
Listen, man.
Proud of me. I just wanted you to be proud
That's that work right there, bro. That's that work, man. Be proud of
Man.
me. That's that work by Conway. Y'all gotta check it out,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Everybody is fool too, man. That's
Yeah,
that be
man.
proud of me on there. Malek
Yeah,
in
man.
here. That's what I
Yeah.
was talking about, my man.
Everybody here, man. Thought
Electricity.
in
Yeah,
here.
I was sleeping at. Ain't you tired of being broke and sleeping at dreads? I ain't
Oh,
had
so
nowhere
that's
to
where you was
go.
sleeping at.
Yeah, my man. Right now, electricity. He in there. You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
to
Like,
electricity for letting you
always
stay at the
made
crib.
sure I was good. Got a motherfucking couch or whatever I need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? You know what's important is like
Black Thought, what up, nigga?
Black Thought is in here heavy. You know what's important is you was sleeping on your homies. You was sleeping at his spot on his couch.
Yeah.
How did that, and you was still spitting.
Yeah, I was actually, you know what I'm saying, working on Reject 1 and Reject 2. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I was staying, my nigga Dre was staying on the west side and shit, and, he had a small place. He had his two sons, and there was barely any room for them, and he still made a way. That way I had somewhere to, lay my head and shit. I
Mm-hmm.
remember he had it was like a motherfucking futon or something. That shit was in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That was my little bed, my little area. You know what I'm saying? And I would be going to Derringer house every day. You know what I'm saying? And getting first dibs on the motherfucking beats that he was making right off the press. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I made Reject 2. And then you know what I mean? So got on my hustle game, start flipping that Reject 2, doing my vinyl deals, doing my, you know what I mean? The murder, me and bro, that's when we just was hustling. We was hustling.
What's a vinyl deal? Explain to
It's like
them.
when you drop a project and you know what I'm saying, these vinyl manufacturing companies, they reach out to you and you know what I'm saying, you work out a deal for them to, put out your shit, distribute your project on vinyl through their company, you know what I'm saying? And they pay you, you know what I'm saying, whatever y'all work out, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, we started getting those vinyl deals and we started making that, you know what I'm saying, that transition, like we made that kind of a thing again, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, because you know what I mean, we do them deals and we selling them motherfucking vinyls out and
Yeah, I
them
see
shits
y'all
will be
selling them
sold in
vinyls.
5 minutes. And people would think like a vinyl, but like I said, again, this is the art.
The
It's an
different
art.
pieces.
We make it an art piece. So it's like when you have that, that's an element of the art, you know what I'm saying? Like some of our vinyls is like, you know what I mean? Motherfucking a Basquiat or something, nigga. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
salute.
These shits you can look on eBay, you can look on shit, and they're selling for like $1,000. Like they buy these shits, and the resellers, they going right now. Google it, look it up.
Hold up, hold
Them
up.
shits $1,000. Flag out right now, $1,000 for the vinyl.
Uh,
Reject 2, $1,000.
all right, let me say this. I got a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Won't Griselda in one of these next projects bring out some limited edition tapes?
Yeah, hold on, part of self. Yeah, Black Thought. We got something coming real
Oh,
soon
y'all got
too.
some stuff coming?
Yeah, no, we got something.
Oh,
Woo!
see
We got some pressure.
y'all in the
We got some
kitchen.
pressure. Yeah, we're in the kitchen. I just wanted to throw that out there. But
Mm-hmm.
no, we got sold cassettes too. We did the cassette tapes. They sell out in minutes, bro. They sell out and they're
God
gone.
damn.
You know what I'm saying? And
How many do
now
y'all
it's a
print?
thing, and now the check's getting bigger for the vinyl deal. You know what I'm saying? I remember my first vinyl deal. I kind of freaked it though because I got paid up front for every vinyl, even if they didn't sell or not. However many they pressed up, I got paid for up front. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple $1,000, but now shit, I'm getting, you know what I'm saying, 5 figures. You know
God
what I'm
damn.
saying?
The
For
vinyl game.
yeah, that's a
Please
whole
listen, y'all.
that's a whole nother hustle. That's a whole different hustle outside of because it's a part of merch. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and how many pieces do they usually press up? Do you do like a boutique run?
Yep, 350, 500, depends on whatever we work the deal out for. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you negotiate. You know what I'm saying? That's really up to you or whoever you got, talking for you. You know what I'm saying? I like to, talk my own, sit at the round table with them myself. So I speak for myself most cases. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel
So
about management?
management is key because management can do things for you that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got that Rolodex. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't got that phone full of them numbers and them contacts and them moves
Mm-hmm.
and it can do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just good to have somebody that can hold you down. When you an artist, like for me personally, I just want to focus on straight just creating,
Mm-hmm.
when we work on my album, work on my tape. I don't want to think about nothing else. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Don't ask me no question. I don't want to check the email for nothing. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So I got people in place to do that. And that's just a luxury. Management to me is actually a luxury. But it got to be the right guy, you know what I'm saying? Or girl, you know what I'm saying? It got to be the right person. And they got to, you know, a lot of artists up and coming they forget. Like, the manager, they work for you.
Yeah.
You're their boss. They do what you want them to do. You know what I'm saying? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times motherfuckers, forget that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the manager is good. You know what I'm saying? I got great management right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's real important, and I just try to stress that to a lot of these guys, like who your manager is, who's like, you know what I mean? Because some people, you'll play the homie situation just because somebody cool with you, but
Yeah,
that might don't mean that they know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I just want to say this, like I'm sitting here and I'm watching this in my crib. I'm
Mm,
rapping, I'm doing whatever, whatever I might do. I might not be a rapper, I might be doing something else.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about giving up because I just went through some real life, life situation. It's even right now, a lot of people, with the COVID-19, a lot of people are stressed out.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff
Yeah.
is going on. A lot of people don't think they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
You was in a position where as though you almost lost your life,
Yeah.
literally.
Right.
You was laying in the bed and and it was just like, so what would you tell that person that's going through that right now?
Man, just keep God first, and don't lay down. I'm gonna tell you like my man told me. It's crazy when I was in that motherfucker, when I was in that bad wallow. You know what I'm saying? I remember I kind of gave up, so to speak. I kind of was like, yeah, this is over, man. These niggas like fuck my face, niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my man Carter came to see me and shit in the hospital, and he was like, "Man, fuck that nigga, don't lay down on me, nigga. You can't lay down yet." Atlantic Records had just called. They heard of the project that I had put out or whatever, before I got shot, and they was interested in all that, and like coming from Buff, hearing a record label asking about you is like, nigga, hearing you going to, you know what I mean?
So it's like going to the league.
Yeah, going in the league, you about to get drafted or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what? And that shit just like, man, fuck that nigga. Don't lay down, nigga. Don't give up. So if I gotta tell anybody anything, man, that's going through that, man, shit, don't lay down, man. Keep fighting. Keep going hard. Don't give up. No matter what you're going through, no matter, you know what I'm saying, what's your disadvantages, make that shit your advantage. You know what I'm saying? I hated looking, I still do. I hated the way my shit looked, my face looked. I hated that I got shot in the head and my shit all twisted and all that. But all I did was just flip that shit and made it to a brand. Now my hoodies is $1,000. My vinyl, they painting murals in Japan and Australia and Europe and all over the place on my face now. The shit that I hated about myself and I felt was my disadvantage. Like, how am I gonna get signed no record? I ain't marketable. People used to tell me that, like, that shit ain't
Yeah,
marketable no more, bro. You ain't, look how you look, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna work, bro. You looking crazy. You should have got that shit, that procedure, and got your shit fixed, bro. Ain't nobody going, yeah, the bars is good, but look how you look. You know what I mean? I've heard all that. You know what I'm saying? I took that and made that shit to where, nigga, the hoodies is 1,000.
hmm
You
yeah,
feel me? I'm on murals in Paris on the side of your convenience
damn,
store. I'm on murals in Phoenix and Detroit and all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
that's major.
My shit is celebrated now, and like people look at this, my image now is like, and my story and everything, man, and it's just turning into something special. And I'm just like blessed to be able to inspire, people like that. Like my art is inspiring art. And this ain't, people, these artists just decide to do that shit. Is that they inspired by it to do it. And it's just dope, man. I'm just blessed. And it's
That's
because I
major.
never gave up. I never laid down. I didn't give a fuck what nobody was saying. My own baby mama, my niggas, whoever. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I stuck to it and I got through it. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's a
that's major.
fact.
That's major. And I love you for that. And on some real shit, from one brother to another, you look like a king to me.
Man,
That's what you
salute,
look like.
man.
That's what you
Salute.
look like, bro. And I want to
Love,
ask you
man.
something because I asked a lot of people this, from young cats on the corner to the OGs to all type of people. What advice do you got for Wallo?
Man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring. Keep going out there on the front lines, and you know, you know, you give somebody a vitamin every morning, man. An inspirational, something that they can take with them throughout their day and all that. And don't switch nothing up, man. You know what I'm saying? My advice should go even harder. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Shit,
Yeah,
take this shit to the top. Ain't no ceiling.
yeah,
I mean,
man.
no ceilings, man. I love what you do, and I love what you provide, and that's something that nobody was providing. I feel like everything was all capped, and everything was all based off flex and
Yeah,
shit. You know what I mean? Nobody's giving it to you real on the front line that
you
really
know,
been through it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what you're doing is definitely needed. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for that. And
Mm-hmm.
shit, man, keep doing it, man. Keep going, man.
I
Word.
want to say this to you, man. I want to say, during this time, man, I want to just thank you for even giving me the opportunity to interview you, the time. Because time is, everybody's
Yeah,
time is worth a lot. And man, thank you for that. Thank you for being you. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for speaking your truth and sharing your journey with all of us because you don't have to. That's your business.
no question,
Uh,
man. No question, man.
and like I said before, there's people, places, waiting for your arrival. They're waiting your arrival, man. They got a sign with your name on it.
Yeah.
Continue to be great. Continue to do you. Continue to share. Continue to educate. And just continue just to inspire, man, and show people that no matter what you look like, no matter where you come from, the top is available for everybody.
For everybody, man. You
It's
just gotta
available
put
for
the
everybody.
work in. Word.
Man, thank you, man. One love, man.
Man,
I'll hit you
love,
up, bro. One love, man. Appreciate it. Tell Gun and tell Billy I send my love, man. Darren, to everybody, man.
You know
Rest
it.
in peace, Machine Gun, man.
You already know, man. Appreciate
Love.
you, Wallo.
Love, bro.